before recess evidence. And that evidence is the evidence that I've also been going through the last 2 weeks. Let's start here. When it comes to the defense, and everybody that supports the defense, it seems like it seems like Tina as cruisers, Rona and our captain, we need to make space for some of the defense, because but Alter now is saying Valoyi is doing a great job. The state is doing a great job. And that is what we have been saying this entire time. But I think a lot of people are now finding out and they are realizing. And welcome, Wanakokhaya. Welcome. Okay, so yesterday they spoke a lot about the evidence that was led that last week of the proceedings before recess. But what I want to get to is Constable Zungu's evidence and Ntanzi's alibi. Right? According to the investigation team, Ntanzi's alibi was the fact that he was at work. Right? That is why they went to work and then they went to go inquire, okay, was he truly at work? They got his log times, and that is where they learned what this guy was actually on an unpaid leave. They called the supervisor to come and testify on his leave, and Ntanzi said that, well, I took leave because HR came to me, approached me and told me, I'm going to lose my days. So I need to make up my mind. Am I going to sell these days or am I going to go on leave? And I told HR, no, I'm going to take my days. And then HR allocated these days for me and I then went on leave. Now, if that was the case and Ntanzi had applied for that leave in that manner, surely there should have been a leave application that is done and signed by Ntanzi. And Ntanzi says that he did sign an application, right? But there is no such application on the system, right? When the supervisor came to testify, he says that, you know what? Ntanzi was scheduled to come to the office, to come to work on that weekend, but he did not show up. He is recorded as somebody who did not show up. As a result, I then had to go through his employee file to find out if there's any additional information regarding to why he didn't show up, because it just seems like abscondile. So when they went further to investigate, that is when they found the unpaid leave application. And that leave application happened on the 27th of October. It was signed on the 27th of October. And we all know Ntanzi was not at work on the 27th of October. So the only reasonable inference that any reasonable person can make is that he was probably absent and he had to apply for sick leave or he had to apply for an emergency leave because he was not there. And according to his confession, we know that it was impossible for him to be at work on the 27th or the 26th because he was busy. On the 27th, he was held up somewhere with accused number 5 in Davidton, I believe, right? So that is Ntanzi's evidence. When he is asked about the 26th of October, Ntanzi says okay, so we established now, when they take him through the evidence, this is now not his own evidence in chief. No, not during his examination in chief, but during his cross-examination. We learned this information. So it tells you that you are coming up with information because you are now being asked questions. This information was not part of your version at all, which is a surprise because this is very important information for one to decipher where were you actually on the 26th. So when Ntanzi explains, he says, yeah, I applied for leave. I was on leave. I don't know what I was doing on the 26th. 26th is not a very important day for me, so I wouldn't have kept record of what I was doing on the day. So, but when he is pushed and he is told, okay, your attorney said this is the evidence that our witnesses were, this is the version that was put to the state witnesses. So you cannot now abandon it or say that it didn't happen, because you are saying you left in the morning of the 26th, which is the Saturday. You were traveling and you traveled the entire day. You arrived in KZN in the evening, so ngabo 7, 8, 9, 10, right? And that's what happened. You're saying you got home, and when you got home, there wasn't anything special that you were doing at home. But you were at home, you know, like you were doing a lot, right? But when we tell Untanzi, no, but your attorney says that on the 26th, the day that you're saying you were traveling the entire day, he says that you were in Nongoma making transactions inside a branch. But those transactions are not on your statements. So which one is the truth? And you are not giving us any reasonable explanation as to why is it not adding together, right? And when you are asked, Guti, what were you actually doing home that weekend? What was so important that weekend? You're saying, no, like there's no special reason for me to go home, but I was home. And then when we put it to you that, no, but your attorney says that you went home because and you had umsebenzi womntwana oshonileyo. How could you not mention those things? How have you forgotten those things? Because surely when you try to recall what you were actually doing that weekend, even your family members or your wife can remind you, hey, besinomsebenzi womntwana and boletha amalobola that weekend, so you're definitely in KZN. How do you not remember this information? And you only remember it when we give you the version that was put by your attorney to the state's witnesses. So is it really your version or is it your attorney's version? Right? And then when you are now pushed, because you are now insisting Guti you were in KZN on the 26th of December, you bosekai. Now we want to know, who were you with ekhaya? Then you tell us Guti, hayi akukho important ukuthi benginobani ngiyangikutshele lokho, but benginefamily yami. This is your alibi. This is your alibi. This is why it's important for you to paint a clear picture, Mr. Ntanzi, because there are people who are saying on the 26th of October you were Vosloorus. They are saying that you frequently come to Vosloorus, and on that weekend you were there. They are saying you are part of a Zulu dancing